What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into X-Men issue number 24. And so far, what we have seen is tensions between mutant and humankind are in an all-time high. Mostly because ORCHIS continues to spread anti-mutant propaganda, while they secretly fund the efforts of Dr. Stasis, Moira, and many other unethical figures. Even with all of this stacked against them, perhaps on a united front, Krakoa could weather the storm. But human and mutant tensions aren't the only ones that are fast reaching their boiling point. We have seen both Jean Grey and Cyclops. The rift between them has been growing bigger and bigger. It has been growing wider as the weight of leading the X-Men bears down on them. And with the Hellfire Gala just on the horizon, a new X-Men team will be elected, and the fate of Mutantkind, it remains hanging in the balance. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we are picking up in present day, and we are picking up with Kid Cable, with him body sliding into this timeline. He has seen that there is a mutant massacre just on the horizon, but he plans on preventing the Hellfire Gala from ever happening. This is taking place 24 hours before the gala is supposed to kick off, but he plans to stop ORCHIS tonight. Breaking into this facility, this is where he runs into Omega Sentinel and Moira X. He knows what they are planning, and he refuses to let it go down. Omega Sentinel letting him know that if he traveled back in time to prevent tomorrow, then it is proof that they have already won. This is where Nimrod comes down from the ceiling. He grabs hold of Cable, and he straight rips his freaking arm off. Before he can even think, before he can even move, Dr. Stasis has moved in and he froze Cable in place. They didn't want to kill him because killing him would only bring more from the Elsewin. They're gonna keep him on ice until all of their plans are completed. But now they must focus on Manifold. Moira X saying that she cares deeply about him because he is a problem, and humanity loses if Manifold lives. So we don't know exactly what Manifold is going to be doing, what role he will be playing, but obviously, Manifold's role is instrumental to the success of Mutantkind. This is where we pick up at the same exact moment, but we are picking up with Rogue and Destiny, with Destiny going on to say that mutantdom dies with Manifold. Now Rogue wants to tell the X-Men, but Destiny is saying that they simply can't do so, that if they are to take this to the X-Men, there is a turncoat that is on the X-Men. A great betrayal that will turn the tides. It must happen so that they may make this weakness a strength. The X-Men will buckle under the weight of the war to come. What she sees is kings clashing in white, black after the death of the Red Queen, a bolt from the heavens, the stars ripped in half, the poisoning lies of the false captain, and the fool who speaks the truth will pay the price. And while Rogue has no idea what any of this means, it doesn't change the fact that she says it is enough that it is true. This is what picks us up on Game World. And right now we have Pogg Ur-Pogg who is just pillaging this place, taking everybody's winnings, taking the purses, taking the gold. And it doesn't take long for the X-Men to show up. As our team make their moves, they are doing their best to try and calm Pogg down. But we see his little Poglets looting and scooting just the same way that he is. That's where Magic jumps into the fight. During the fight, there is a break in the window, the glass shattering, and Sync currently taking the form of Colossus's powers. He goes flying into space, but with the Colossus armored form on, he just needs a little help getting back inside, with Jean Grey plugging up the hull breach. We have Talon who is going in on Pogg, taking her claws and jamming it into the crocodile's mouth. The rest of the team, they all jump in at the same time, Magic screaming down the mouth of Pogg. That's where we see the true Pogg show his face. And Magic is here to make a deal. The necklace around her neck, the one made of Mysterium. She is willing to give this to Pogg if he is willing to stop and go home. With the X-Men team dipping out, Magic taking Pogg out of here, we pick up with a conversation between Jean and Cyclops, with them going deep into the mines, getting some true privacy. She goes on to tell Scott that she is so proud of what he has done, and he should be proud of everything he has done as well, from the treehouse to helping forge Cypher and Krakoa. But she also goes on to say that she helped create an entire living planet, a planet that he has never stepped foot on. He has never been to Arakko, and so the question is why? Now, the way Scott sees it, if they give humans a reason to think that they don't belong on Earth, they will take it. While the creation of Arakko was well intended, and it definitely solved some short-term problems, he worries that this is an invitation to be exiled. And while she sees this as cynical, he tells her to look around. Have you seen humans recently? Do you not feel that we are already at war? And just one of those new Sentinels had mopped the floor with them. Orchis propaganda and disinformation fills the air. And if you look at how they treat their own kind, the ones who don't fit in, the ones that wear the wrong clothes, love the wrong person, those people's only crime is that they make their oppressors uncomfortable. He wants to be there for all of them, for mutants and for all mankind. But Jean believes that love is enough to win those hearts, that they can't pretend that they are the same as them, that he is a great captain of Krakoa, that it suits him and he is good at it. As she kisses him, she goes to fly off, going to check on their wounded friend. But she is sticking to her guns about leaving the X-Men, that if he is not on the team after the gala, and he wants to come with her, all he has to do is come find her. That's where we pick up with Jean Grey checking in on Polaris, struggling with all of the loss, everything that has been going on. And while Jean Grey comforts her, we are picking up with Magic and Sunfire. Sunfire has been tasked by Arakko to help find its voice, Redroot of the Forest. The member of the Great Ring has been trapped in Otherworld ever since Krakoa won the tournament that led to the transforming of Mars. Mad Jim knew what he had in the Iraqi mutants. The only question is, what is the price that he paid for their return? And so Magic, she opens up a disc with Sunfire saying goodbye, saying that if he has not found his own way back in a week, then please meet him right back here. And he is sure that he will have freed Redroot by then. As Sunfire makes his way off into the distance, we are picking up months later, Sunfire looking a lot like freaking Kraven the Hunter. In this darkness, with Redroot on his chest, he apologizes, saying how pathetic that a mutant by the name of Sunfire would be reduced to little more than a spark in the void, telling Redroot that he failed. He does not know how long he can march in this darkness, but soon he will fall. And when his heartbeat is finally at its last, his failure will be complete. And that will be the end of this issue. Sunfire vs. Otherworld will continue in X-Men Unlimited, with the Hellfire Gala 2023 just on the horizon, and then in August, X-Men issue number 25, The Red Queen is Dead, Long Live the Queen. And so with so much freaking going on, we are building up before the fall. The fall of X just on the horizon. The Hellfire Gala, this is where everything is going down. It is only a matter of time, with Jean Grey and Scott both really being on the outs. We are seeing the X-Men team is more or less not working at full capacity. Lucky for them, the Hellfire Gala is supposed to reset everything. They're supposed to re-elect a new X-Men team. The question is, will Scott stay with the X-Men or will he make his way to Jean Grey? That is, if he is elected yet again. Kid Cable being caught up. The TVA have been hot on his tail for a while. To what extent, we don't really know. But it could be that the TVA is also working with Orchis or for Orchis. Regardless, we are seeing all the pieces on the board. All of them are ready for their attack. All of them are ready to take down Mutantkind. The question is, how can they possibly survive? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with X-Men, be sure to check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.